So what's happening, y'all? So, real quick, I wanted to get at you guys about the Know Your Rights cards and the Know Your Rights movement I'm trying to push off because, if anything has become more prevalent since that TV show or that Netflix show came out, When They See Us, is that if you don't know your rights, you're going to get railroaded, period. And it has nothing to do with all white supremacists and they're not going to let us do anything and they're going to change they're going to change the laws on us anytime they want. No, it's not like that. They get away with stuff because you don't know the law. Even one of the mothers of one of the victims said that. They what was her exact quote? They used our lack of knowledge of the legal system against us. So again, it's so prevalent and so important for you to even know basic law, just how to interact with a police officer within the first 20 minutes, because that's the most important thing. That's what really goes down. That's when a police officer is fishing and trying to catch you on something. So the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of a police encounter are the most important. How you say, what you don't say, how you act, how you interact with the police officer. So a lot of these things, most of our melanated people do not know. Most people don't know. So this is going to be for everybody. This is not just for melanated people, even though melanated people are the ones who are getting smashed on the most at these police stops. This is for everyone. Everyone should know your rights, your constitutional rights. Now, these little cards, again, they've been around for a long time. If you're an immigrant, you know about these. They give them to immigrants who don't speak English well enough to be able to explain their rights until they get acclimated to the system well. They give them Know Your Rights cards so they can hand to police officers or any type of public official so that they can help explain anything or their rights or what their rights and privileges are being an immigrant. So why can't we have that? I mean, and a lot of different legal systems and different communities are starting to do this. So again, we got to get this started in our community. So Know Your Rights cards. This is going to have your basic constitutional rights, Fourth Amendment rights, Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendment rights. These things protect you, especially at a police stop. But there are certain things at a police stop that they are allowed to do, and so that you need to know that. So these cards will not they will not only come with a card, the cards will be laminated and have all your information on it. And it'll have some information on the back to help the police officer understand that you're trying to express your rights. You're not trying to violate, or you're not trying to resist arrest. You're just complying with the laws as you know them to be. So but what's going to come with it is it's a Know Your Rights package. So you get some paperwork that explains all of the laws that are on the card, plus what to do if the police don't follow the law, because that's mostly what happens at a police stop. A lot of them know that you don't know the law, so then they lie, and so they get you to tripping up, and then boom, you're messed up. So what you need to know is when the police officer is trying to entrap you, but also you need to know when they're just not following the law. When you're asserting your rights correctly, and they're just not following, what do? That's the main problem that most melanated people have. What do we do when they don't follow the law? Oh, they don't need to follow the law. They can do anything they want. No, they can't. There are things in place. There are checks and balances in place to keep police officers from just doing anything they want. But you don't do the research enough to know what these checks and balances are. You can sue police officers, but you can sue the city that they're under. And this is what most police officers bet on. They say, oh, well, I'm protected. I'm under what's called a veil or a sovereign veil, where you can't sue me. I'm protected. My personal capacity is protected. That's not true. See, all police officers have to be under a bond. Okay, it's called an official bond or surety bond. It's like insurance, to ensure that they do their job correctly, that they follow the law. They take an oath to uphold the Constitution, which also means due process, meaning they have to follow the law correctly and give you your just due rights. So when they violate the law and your due process of law, then they have violated their oath and bond. That means when their oath is violated, you can place something called a lien on their bond, and they can't work until that lien is satisfied. Now, some police officers individually have bonds. Some of them have to be under the umbrella bond of the county officer, who's ever the public official who's in there. But whoever it is, they're liable for if you are wronged at a police stop or a police encounter, if you're injured any type of way, mentally injured, you're mentally scarred, you're emotionally scarred because whatever they've done to you, they've illegally searched you, anything that they've done to abrogate your constitutional rights, it can be remedied by placing a lien on their bond. So that information will come within the package as well. So, so I know a lot of you have been getting at me since I did the live stream and asking me when the cars are coming about. I'm putting that information together, and I'm also acquiring equipment to do this, the laminator, the printers, because no one has printers anymore. So I had to actually get a new printer, which is crazy. But so, I had to reacquire that stuff and also make sure that the structure of the card is going to be correct. So they're going to be out within the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to have it on the Real Nagas website. So you can pre-order them. I'll have that on the website in the next week. So if you're serious about getting to know your rights and asserting your rights the correct way so that they can't take advantage of you, this is what you need to do. Just learn some basic law. This has nothing to do with your status. This is just loopholes that they have within the law to protect the elite. You can use them. You can use those same laws. This is why they have high-priced lawyers. The lawyers go and find these loopholes and help the elite. But you don't have that luxury. So you have to know the law yourself. So this is going to help you. Once you get these cards, you're going to have to study these cards as well. So it's not just enough to have to have the card and be able to pass it on to the officer. What you want to do, you want to have as little contact as possible with the officer. You want to literally shut the hell up. But when these cards are taken away from you, say if they take the card and they cut it up or whatever, you still need to know the law within the card. So you can take these cards and study them, take the package, the informational package that'll come with it, that'll break down how to assert these laws, and also where these laws come from. Since most of these laws will be from the Constitution and also Supreme Court cases, which is where is the law of the land. Supreme Court, when they rule, everything falls under the Supreme Court. So this is where these laws will come from. This is where these protections of your rights will come from within the card. And so again, you can pre-order the cards in about a week. I'll have it up on therealnagas.com for those. But I'm going to have a deal. If you guys order the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy, you will get the Know Your Rights package for free. All right, that's real. So the first people get at me about this book here, the hard copy, you will get the Know Your Rights package for free. That's your Know Your Rights card, the laminated card, plus the package that comes with it, the informational package that comes with it that also tells you how to go about placing a lien on an officer's bond if your rights are violated. Each one of these laws are going to be different in your state, so it's going to just put you on the path to start to you have to research it yourself, because a lot of these officials hide their bonds. They don't place the bonds where they're supposed to be placed in your state or in your city. So you're going to have to go and do your research and do some footwork. But that's good, because it's going to place you in the mode of starting to understand the law and see how the system works. All right. So again, for those people who want to order the hard copy, again, this is going to help me get the equipment that I need to make the packages. You're going to get the Know Your Rights package for free. And if you order the digital copy, I will give you the Know Your Rights package for half off. Okay. So I don't have the prices up. I don't have the prices up yet. They will be up in a week. But again, if you order the book, when you order the hard copy or the digital copy book, I will let you know what the prices are, and if you get it for free, when you get the half off. All right. So again, Know Your Rights movement is on the move. We got to do it. This is the last straw. This is the very last thing that they don't want you to know is the law. And it's the very thing that we brothers got to be dragged into. Oh my God, the law, oh shit. When you look at the law, you think, oh, it's so much to learn. And it's not. Just knowing the laws that are able to protect you in a police encounter are literally something that you shouldn't move any further until you know those. Being that melanated people are profiled, and we are the people who get accosted and our rights violated the most by police officers. This is something that you should know from before you walk out of the house. You should know this verbatim and should be able to teach your kids, and all your family members should know this. So again, know your rights movement. I'm not gonna stop. You gotta know your rights. Just minimal law even if it's not about knowing your status and upgrading your status to where a lot of this stuff won't even affect you, because there is a higher status where this stuff, you don't even have to do any of this, but that's a different thing. If you want that, then get at me on a different thing. You want a status change? We can do that as well. But for this right now, this is just knowing your rights within that system, your constitutional rights, and also the rights that have been ruled upon and protected by the Supreme Court. This is how you're going to get at them, and this is foolproof. All right? They don't want you to do this. Once you start doing this, they'll place you on the do not detain list. This is where you call in and go, oh, they look at the, oh, hey, let him go. Because they don't want to deal with it. Those bonds are financial instruments, and it ties them. They have to, when they get a bond, they have to usually put up some personal property for this bond. So it ties to their personal property. So when you place a lien on these bonds, they're messed up. They're fucked, basically. So you don't want to do this belligerent. You don't want to be belligerent about it and falsely file these claims. But if your rights are truly violated, this is going to be the true remedy for you. This is pretty much the only remedy that you have, because any other way, just let the police off. This way, it's completely in your hands. All right? So again, know your rights, and we're going to get this done. Peace.